Years I progressed with my academic career. I also enrolled for the Masters of Law in the same university, and also PhD, completing the programs in 1993 and 2008 respectively. The question may be, why Jos? With utmost respect, Your Excellency, Jos is considered as a university that offers a temperate weather, even in Nigeria. So we had that temperate experience, that instead of going out to study, just remain in Jos and feel you are in the UK. So I grew up, I enrolled as an assistant lecturer, but to the glory of God, because in my ascendancy, three things have always influenced my life. Number one, God. Number two, hard work. And number three, mentorship. So I became a professor in the year 2008. And I'm happy to report, Your Excellency, distinguished senators, that I was the first professor of law from Kogi State. Not just the first professor of law from Kogi State, I was also the first professor SAN in Kogi State, despite the harvest of senior advocates of Nigeria in Kogi State. I may also wish to bring to your attention that in the year 2003, the United States government also considered me and appointed me as a visiting scholar, or they call it visiting professor, to the University of Iowa in the United States, where I spent 9 months researching on cutting-edge issues related to comparative law between America and Nigeria. I served in the University of Jos, became a head of Department of Public Law, and also became the Dean of the Faculty of Law. And I happen to be one of the longest serving deans because I served for 6 years, while ordinarily you are supposed to serve for 4. But because of the compelling need, I was prevailed upon to take the university and the faculty to another level. Because during my tenure as the Dean of the Faculty of Law, for the first time, the Faculty of Law became the third best, the University of Jos became the third best university or faculty in Nigeria, based on NIAL's ranking as at that time. In addition to that, I was able to also work on proposals that led to a grant of $150,000 from the Carnegie Corporation of the US. And that was one of the major breakthroughs we had with Carnegie Corporation, leading to the establishment of an ICT, online legal research for lawyers, in the Faculty of Law, University of Jos. And that was the very first, not only in Nigeria, but in the whole of West Africa. Your Excellency, distinguished senators, I was appointed as a senior advocate of Nigeria in the year 2014, and also appointed as Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration in October 2022. The position I held up to this moment, if Your Excellency, distinguished senators, find me worthy of being appointed to this position, I will have to relinquish that position. And just to say, sir, with your permission, I've noticed that my Vice Chancellor is also here, sir, who was telling me this morning that just wondering how he's going to cope. But this is a higher responsibility. I also was appointed as the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council of Joseph Aye Babalola University. The mission was to grow the university to become an Ivy institution that would be one of the best in Nigeria. that goal is being achieved. Your Excellency, professional experience, my legal career has been marked by substantial contribution to various facets of law. And I'm a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, International Bar Association, National Association of Law Teachers, and several others. I can see with respect that my CV speak to some of these points. More importantly, sir, I also want to report that I have also been part of the Parliament of Nigeria, the National Assembly. And I have participated severally in some of the very, very important institutional building policies, seminars organized by the National Assembly. Some of which, number one, I was a consultant to the 8th House of Representatives, and I was among those that tinkered and brought experts from all over the world to come and debate the very vociferous petroleum industry bill that had become a cankerworm that no successive parliament could deal with until we bifurcated and make the necessary recommendations. I was also privileged, Your Excellency, distinguished senators, to present the keynote address of the 8th House of Representatives during their second-year anniversary on the topic that is titled The Appraisal of Legislative Agenda of the 8th House of Representatives. And just to also say, with due respect, that there used to be an initiative of the National Assembly. They called them the initiatives. They had a dean. I had also presented a paper sometime in 2008 on politics and governance, the challenge of electoral reform. I was a member of the 8th House of Representatives Committee on Law Reform, where I worked on, in collaboration with some experts put together by the National Assembly, to review and to reform over 500 legislations that then members picked up and sponsored as individual bills that eventually led to the amendment of some of those laws. I have also assisted in the harmonization of the 2018 Electoral Act under the auspices of NILS, now NIADS, where we try to harmonize the position of Senate as well as the House of Representatives. And after the harmonization, the bill was vetoed by the former president because it was considered to be very close to the election as at that time. Your Excellency, for now, that is the brief about who am I. We have further details